Conspiracies have dogged the music industry for decades. Elvis isn't dead. Lady Gaga's a dude. The Red Hot Chili Peppers? They're the hepatitis virus morphed into human form. Some are more believable than others, but we think we've picked out an interesting mix of crazy, incredible conspiracies which will have you questioning everything you know about your favorite musicians. From CIA plots and doppelganger dirtbags, through to secret industry tricks and a faked medical condition. These are the top 7 conspiracies of the music industry. At 7. Did the government murder John Lennon? Thanks to witness reports and a confession, we know Mark Chapman was John Lennon's killer. But was he really a deranged stalker, or was he put up to it by the CIA? The CIA monitored Lennon for years due to his anti-American views regarding Vietnam, and it's claimed government right-wingers were scared of his popularity, so they had Chapman murder him. When Chapman shot Lennon, he did so down on one knee in a professional combat stance. And when arrested, he was found reading a copy of A Catcher in the Rye. He seemed vacant, calm, looking like he had been programmed. It was claimed at the time that Chapman was an attention-seeking crazy fanboy, but that's not the sort of personality that would avoid a glamorous show trial by pleading guilty. Chapman was also known to have lived in Lebanon and Hawaii during times of increased CIA activity there. And throughout his life, he had traveled the world with no known source of funding, which is difficult, unless your parents are rich as hell. So was Mark Chapman's secret sugar daddy really Uncle Sam? Number 6. Stevie Wonder's secret. In 1950, Motown legend Stevie Wonder was born premature and suffered complications which rendered him blind. Since then, Stevie has overcome his disability to become both a beloved musician and the butt of many sick jokes. But some out there believe Stevie Wonder was never even blind to begin with. Take a look at this footage from a performance at the White House. Paul McCartney knocks over a microphone stand, and Stevie Wonder somehow catches it. Oh, and then there's this photograph of him looking through a camera viewfinder to photograph Michael Jackson. Stevie is also known to be a big basketball fan and often sits courtside to follow the game. But if he can't see, then what's the point? Could he be using echolocation like some of the superhumans we've covered before? Or is Stevie Wonder pulling the longest and sickest prank the world has ever known? Number 5. Jay-Z's Illuminati links. On our recent video about secret codes and symbols, we spoke about how often Illuminati imagery appears in music videos. And one of the biggest culprits for this is Jay-Z. But if Jay-Z really is a member of the Illuminati, he sure isn't shy about it. Because in addition to the various symbols shown in his music videos, they can also be found in Beyoncé's and his label's artists. His famous diamond cutter hand gesture is also a representation of the all-seeing eye and pyramid symbols. And since some believe the Illuminati have discovered eternal youth, there's also the theory that Jay-Z is a time-traveling vampire, as this photo from 1939 demonstrates. Of course, Jay-Z could just be milking this Illuminati link by playing up to it and earning a boatload of money in the process. But if this secret society does exist, and Jay-Z really is part of it, that means Beyoncé is too. And if Beyoncé is part of a group plotting to take over the world, well, then none of us are ready for this jelly. At 4. Michael Jackson is several different people. One of the most popular conspiracy theories about Michael Jackson is that he staged his death to give himself a normal life. But what if he instead did it so that he could continue to enjoy a slightly less intrusive celebrity existence? There are many theories about Jackson, including that this blonde lady at his funeral is actually Michael in disguise. Others have speculated that MJ's new secret identity is one of his own sisters, Janet or LaToya, or his doctor, Conrad Murray, or even this guy, Dave. Dave's a burn victim who was a friend of Michael Jackson. But many believe this could actually be MJ, using his knowledge of prosthetics to remain hidden in plain sight. He probably could have picked a slightly more believable name than Dave. But who's going to question if a burn victim is secretly Michael Jackson? Nobody. That's who. Apart from us, because we're awful people. Number 3. Andrew WK's clones. In 2001, Andrew WK hit the airwaves with the ultimate party song and a half-decent album of metal-inspired feel-good music. But within a few years, things started to get a little strange in the world of Mr. WK. At a concert in 2004, someone claiming to be Andrew performed on stage at a show for a college radio station, WSOU. But audience members and security staff recognized the guy in the white outfit and long hair as definitely not Andrew WK. This imposter left the show halfway through, and since that incident, even more intriguing details have emerged. Most evidence points to Andrew WK being a completely fictional character, and some believe a man known as Steve Mike created him alongside Dave Grohl. Steve Mike was the producer on Andrew's I Get Wet album, and may have played Andrew WK at some point. WK even gave this theory credence when he was quoted as saying, quote, "I'm not the guy you've seen from the I Get Wet album. I'm not that same person. I don't just mean that in a philosophical or conceptual way. It's not the same person at all." End quote. So if this is true, and there's a whole conspiracy hiding multiple Andrew WKs, then the real mystery is, why go through so much trouble for a one-hit wonder? At 2, gangsta rap was created to fill prisons. This extremely controversial theory claims that in 1991, major record labels were paid by owners of private prisons to encourage their rappers to add more gangster elements to their music. The plan? Promote the sale of drugs, street violence, and criminal activity through music to make the lifestyle more appealing to young, impressionable minds, and therefore more criminals would be created to fill privately owned corporate prisons. This theory originates from an anonymous letter sent to the Hip Hop Is Red website, and if true, it could prove one of the most explosive conspiracies in music, let alone history. Whilst rap music did reference criminal elements before 1991, there wasn't as much of an emphasis on it as there is today. Think we're wrong? Just listen to the Sugar Hill Gang, who glorified everything positive. So when you see a rap video filled with nothing but guns, fast women, and bling, it's all there because old rich white guys have vacancies they need you to fill. Number 1. Stars aren't born, they're bought. Whenever a hot new recording artist emerges from nowhere, have you noticed how their YouTube videos seem to have millions more hits than they should? Well, that's because record companies pay for popularity. YouTube views, Facebook likes, and Twitter followers are all bought. Most of them aren't even real. Katy Perry has the most followers on Twitter with 88 million, but investigations have revealed that only a third of these are real people. Whereas investigations into subscribers to Strange Mysteries has revealed that 92% of you are real, while the rest are paid trolls who hate on our jokes. Also, have you noticed how a new act song hits the number 1 slot faster than established artists? And that even though their music is crappy, Fifth Harmony, and derivative, Fifth Harmony, their reviews are nothing more than literary butt-kissing. Again, both of these are paid for, often using record company finances, meaning those without major label backing stand no chance of making it big. Oh, and remember when Nicki Minaj appeared on Good Morning America so her nipple could come out and say, "Hello"? That was a paid-for PR company stunt. Every sex tape, every cheating scandal, and every public beef is a paid-for piece of drama used to drive up sales. And if that doesn't frighten you, maybe the thought of an Axl Rose AC/DC wardrobe malfunction will. Did you enjoy our list of the top 7 musical conspiracies? Are you hungry for more delicious conspiracy action? Then check out our recent video on the top 7 conspiracies of space.